Hey, what up? It's your boy Boss Life Rico. You tuned in to The Connect. We got BossLifeWorld.com. Get at us, man, to get all your fashion. TheConnectMusic.com. If you need your music videos put up, new music, send it to us on now. We got the Boss Life Ball coming up January 14th at Union Station in Minute Maid Park. January 14th. You don't want to miss it. Tickets on sale right now. BossLifeFoundation.com. We got Boss Life Beer, HustleFit.com, Burns Barbecue, Burns Burger Shack, 8304 D Priest. And the world is yours, dropping December 15th.
You tuned in to The Connect. What up with it, world? Welcome to The Connect. It's your boy Slim Thugger.
Goddamn.
Oh,
go ahead. You been gone, so
I'm glad to have you back, Sam.
You go last today, nigga.
I go last today.
Boss Life Rico.
Get that nigga a mop.
OG shot, and we got goddamn Sam back in the house with us, man.
The nigga who never showed
Hey,
up.
but look, when I come, the sound gonna be right. They ain't gonna be complaining about y'all mics being too loud and all this.
Well,
Work with us then, Sam. What you doing? I ain't know that. I started seeing people complain. I said I can't miss this week.
You can't do it, Sam. No week.
He trying to let us know he means something to The Connect.
Yeah.
Show these niggas I'm gonna fuck the mics up when I leave.
We gonna,
you know volumes and shit.
Yeah,
we gonna show him something too. You don't come, you get a fine. Know what I'm saying?
We just booked that nigga. We just jumped that nigga.
Yeah.
And we got a special guest.
Yes, sir. Who we got in the building?
Mr. Dorrough, Dorrough Music, aka 6'3". What up? It's my first time at this bitch.
Word up.
I should have been the came through
From
though.
the Triple D.
I should have been the came through
Yes, sir.
a few times, but hey,
You here now?
I'm here right now.
D-Town in the building.
Triple D, one of my favorite cities.
Yeah, we went with the D-Town.
Slim took the city from me, bro.
I don't even be out there no more, man. That's what I was like, man. I need to get back up. I feel like
at one point, Slim took the city from me.
Oh, man. Yeah, I appreciate that, G. Yeah, man. So, at one point, I loved it. We couldn't stay away from
We couldn't
Dallas.
stay.
Yeah.
They kept a lot of our money. The club in and all of
We
that.
didn't even party in Houston like we did in Dallas. We'd
Yeah.
go out there and turn the fuck up, man. It just was brand new faces.
Yeah.
We used to go to the club about 30 motherfucking
30 deep on a party bus.
girls.
I pulled up on y'all a few times.
Yeah.
We had some hell of a parties in Dallas.
Had some hell of a nights in Dallas,
Yeah, hell of a
man.
lot of drunken nights. That's why I don't like drinking as much now, man, from being so drunk out there, man. Fucked up my tolerance.
Shit, even when we do shows now, we damn near we got a show Friday. We'll stay the whole weekend out there in Dallas.
Yeah.
It ain't the same though. It ain't like we had. It ain't like well, I ain't saying Dallas ain't the same. I'm saying we ain't the same. You niggas
y'all was
got
turning up.
girlfriends.
Dallas ain't the same. Dallas ain't the same.
We used to go a lot more. I'm sure it's the same motherfuckers live there. We just ain't there no more.
That ain't true. Cause it ain't the same people going out over here. It ain't even the same clubs. What's
Right,
the
yeah,
clubs?
that generation of people,
That generation
married
people
off,
gone. That's
don't
a wrap.
want- They want to forget about
Yeah.
our days.
They want to forget about what happened.
They want to forget about it. The white girl want to forget
They
about
gone.
it. Everybody want to forget about them days.
It's a new crop. Don't get me wrong. The old crop ain't that no more, kid.
They know, they just married.
And when we go by, they gonna look at us and keep straight. Them they ain't looking
But
at
hey,
us.
it must still go down in Dallas the way B King video turned out. Like,
I'm sure it do.
That was a different level of Dallas we was talking about now. B King gonna get them strippers and he gonna turn up with the strippers.
man,
We was turning to regular girls.
It was some beautiful women in the hood. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I be on turning regular bitches, regular women.
Yeah.
We like strippers though, but we just ain't paying, so we got so we don't even start at the
We
strip.
don't even start
We
that.
respect the hustle. We don't go in that shopping. Look, y'all have been trying to get y'all money. We gonna stay up.
We respect that us.
We out here fishing, you know what I'm saying? We in the sport of fishing.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you niggas be thinking y'all winning. Y'all not though. You niggas is a lick. Let me tell y'all what y'all is.
All right.
You boys is a lick. Hey, let me tell y'all something. You don't got no real. You ain't got no bitch. If you sick at the highs, then you can say, man, come over and take care of me without her having to get that check.
Without her sending you a doctor bill.
Some real actual love from you.
I'm telling nigga, cash app it to me.
Every interaction is a transaction with you niggas. That's the difference.
That's not winning.
Hey,
that's not winning. Right, you paying to play.
That's the difference between fucking and fucking around, man. And that's why we not alike. I want y'all to know that.
Shit right now,
just in case, because y'all can have the same hoe nigga be like, man, I fucks them hoes. All right, that's cool. And God bless you. And I'm not knocking that. You are the girl for hitting that. I'm not knocking her for getting the money, and I'm not knocking you for paying. But I'm just saying, it's a different game, baby. It's a different game. We don't look at it like that because that's cheating to me.
We pay in goods, as in Patron, Ciroc. We don't pay in cash.
We paying in a good time.
A good time.
Great time.
What we gonna do anyway?
Yeah.
And they want to do what they want.
They gonna win either way. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't knock no.
We didn't have some hell of a time in Dallas, though, man. Exactly. I'm talking about at the top of the W Hotel.
Man.
We made the people in the hotel join us. We was having such a good time.
Man, we used to amazing time. I ain't gonna even say what we used to do. No Harvey Weinstein, though. Everybody said yes.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Good old days.
Dallas, man. That's like my second home. I wanted to move there so bad. I still want to get there.
It ain't too late.
You stayed on us. You stayed on us for about 3 months. What we gonna do?
Man, let's get it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't because we was partying too much and that would have been an extra rent bill and an extra party bill.
We would have ended up getting some more money out there.
He tried to break it down into a science to us, too. Hey, listen.
I wonder why it be like that though, because that's how I feel about Houston.
That's how you feel?
Yeah, like I've been out here for 2 weeks, and it's the first time I've been out here in a long time. Like for a period of time, other than like 1 to 2 days.
Right.
Like I feel like how y'all feel about Dallas. That's how I feel about Houston.
That's because you're there every day.
You know what I'm saying? I went out to Mercy. I think it was Friday or Saturday. Friday. Yeah. Hey. It's just like, damn, bro. Like Dallas used to have spots like that. Like somehow, like Dallas just in like a whole little reconstruction period.
Let me tell you what Dallas, the difference between Dallas and Houston. Now Houston, they got a lot of motherfuckers that be packed. They come out, they lit. But in Dallas, the club itself is dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How it's built. Y'all shit look like some Vegas shit a lot of the time. Like back in the day, we used to come out there. They shit used to be
real dope.
Super dope clubs. You know what I'm saying? To come party at. But in Houston, we had clubs that was packed, but they just wasn't super fly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly.
But now it's stepping up. It's stepping up out here, though. I ain't gonna lie, but.
So what's the new spots in Dallas now?
Man, Dallas, like, during the summer, it had like a period where it just started popping on some different shit, and then it died out. I think the best spot, see me, I'm different in Dallas. I like going to low key spots. I like going to like places like Citizen, like places where like it's popping. They're gonna have the bitches, they're gonna have the females. You know what I'm talking about? But it's cool. It's laid back. It ain't too packed, but it's just right. Good sound system. That's why I be on in Dallas, or I'm recording unless I'm doing like a hosting event.
Yeah.
Like when I'm out here in Houston, I be trying to go everywhere. You feel me?
You're supposed to.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? But then what I'm noticing is just like you say, like the clubs out here, like they pack. Like it's a lot of people. It seems like it's more people. Even though like if you combine Dallas and Fort Worth together, because that's the city, it's about the same amount of people when you combine those two together than Houston. But it seems like when I come out here, it's just like it's more people everywhere. Like the clubs packed. Like when I went to Mercy Friday, that shit was ridiculous. Like I ain't seen nothing like that in a long time.
And see, it's like a bunch of clubs on that same night, just
same night they'll be packed like that.
Exactly what I'm saying. Oh, see, that's what it is. And Dallas, like if it's some shit like that, that's the only thing. Maybe it might be something else that's kind of packed. But if something popping like that in Dallas, it ain't like 2, 3, 4 more other spots popping like that. And the H is like that. You feel me? It'd be so much shit going on, especially on the weekend. It's like on some LA shit.
One thing I know about Dallas though, like the music be different from Houston. Like they be on a lot of the new age shit more out there than they be out here in Houston.
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
Like it seems like they DJs down there got all the Atlanta plugs.
Exactly. The reason why it is because Houston overall got more culture than Dallas. So any city that got their own culture is gonna be more contained. It's like self-containment. It's just like Atlanta. Like you go to Atlanta, they fuck with just they shit.
Exactly.
90%.
He smoke.
Yeah.
Not bad.
He used to do it with us. Don't even trip.
Like places like Atlanta and shit, they like 90% Atlanta. And then maybe if some big shit, some other place they'll play it, they so self-contained. Houston got culture, so you know what I'm saying. Y'all got y'all own shit to where y'all like
say culture.
Yeah,
You got culture. What else niggas gotta say?
Yeah, so y'all got y'all own shit going, so y'all can just tune into y'all own shit.
right.
In Dallas, we got culture, but not as much as Houston, so they go find other shit too, and they be the first ones on it. Dallas break a lot of niggas, like it's a lot of niggas' biggest markets, like a lot of niggas from the H, Plies, fucking Jeezy, fucking Boosie, and that's they number one markets.
Yeah, they say Swish House sold a lot out there.
Oh yeah, No, we used to,
Yeah.
like everything that came from Houston, like even like growing up when I was in high school and shit, like we made sure we was the first ones on it before anybody. We was probably on shit before Houston was on it.
Yeah. For real, it used to be like that. Nigga go out there, nigga
was
be
like
on
that.
full rotation in Dallas, and then Houston to catch up later.
And it was a good thing the Swisher House came because before that they was on West Coast music.
Yeah.
And when the Swisher House came in, it looked like it just they stuck to Texas.
So what's like y'all Dallas artists? Like what's y'all biggest market?
So my biggest market that's outside. So look, me, I started in Houston because I started at Prairie View. Like my music started popping at Prairie View.
Right.
So this is close to Houston. So like when I was coming out with like singles, I used to be a mixtape rapper. Then I had to learn how to make singles. Then I just became like making singles. Right. But I broke all that shit in Houston. Like the all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And it started from there. But like outside of here, my market is like the Bay Area, and LA, that West Coast. Like somehow I found a little niche in the West Coast.
Was always out there.
Cause see what I be noticing with y'all Dallas artists, like say like Mo3 and
So
stuff
like, but everybody else, it's like Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Arkansas, Kansas. That whole little thing, they pick on Dallas quick. So,
but it's crazy. It don't even get to Houston.
But it don't
like
get
that.
to Houston. That's what I was just talking. I was talking to Mo3 about this. Like, I was telling Mo3 and all them niggas, like, hey, y'all gotta figure out a way to get y'all shit in Houston. For some reason, like niggas can be popping in Dallas, but it won't translate over.
I was telling Mo3 people that I was like, he gotta start really like servicing the DJs in Houston or whatever, because I hear like they really don't know. Like we just had them in concert Saturday. And like this way in Humble or whatever, we was surprised that they were just on them like that. Yeah, but they actually had.
Mo3 found a little niche to where like he one of the few that came that started penetrating Houston. Mm-hmm. What it is, it's
don't
the internet.
On that outside gas, take your time.
I've been needing that all day. But what it is like the internet created an illusion, bro. Like so, like when niggas get like shit popping on the internet, they forget that like when you come to places, even in Dallas, but like you come to Houston, the DJs out here, one thing I know about the DJs out here, like you gotta pull up on them. And I'm really just realizing that because I've been there for 2 weeks. And like I'm pulling up on all type of different DJs. It's kind of like that in Dallas, but Dallas DJs, if some shit popping on the internet, they'll fuck with it. But out here, like the DJs, they'll just have their own shit. Like even when I was with Kiati the other day, we went to fucking Spire. They used to be the Limelight. And like he had the whole club lit all the way to like 120, 130 just off like a combination of older music, like the Louisiana, Texas shit, the old Dallas shit, the Houston shit, and then he went into like the new shit for like 30 minutes. And that just let me know like, damn. And everybody was, you know what I'm saying, rocking with that shit. So I saw it like, damn, like, that's another thing what I mean by y'all got your own culture and people used to it, so they fuck with it. And that is like niggas gotta be. It's just a different type of wave, and it's crazy. It's like the Bay in LA. They culture so different. You know what I'm saying? Like people realize like it's California, so they got some similarities, but it's completely different.
Different than the motherfucker.
Yeah. So I feel the same way. That's how Dallas and Houston is.
It's the exact same way.
Dallas always got bad bitches. Dallas always got dope clubs, and they got some clean ass cars out there too, though. I like them. A lot of them niggas got some clean shit.
I think the most common thing that Texas share is the car culture. Even though y'all got the swangers and shit, but like as far as a dope car culture, I think that's the most similar thing we got. And then bitches, I feel the same way about Houston. We do got some bad bitches in Dallas, but I feel when I come to the Hates, nigga, it's like
it's what it is out there. We ran into the mixed breeds and fucking in Dallas.
Yeah. Miss Breed.
So we was like, wow, you know, it's like.
Fuck us up.
That's fucked up. We good though, man. I mean, I need to get back to Dallas, man. Just to go kick it. I wish we ain't never lose that. You niggas fell out, boy. You niggas got gas. You niggas stop going there. I say, please, let's go to Dallas, Rico.
Stop hating.
Rico was not good.
Stop hating.
Please,
Stop hating because we happy. Stop hating because we happy for what?
Now, this right now, I can understand now. I'm talking about 5 years ago, we was lit and we had it.
Slim gonna always try to take the credit and say he was begging people to go. I don't remember him begging nobody to go. I don't remember him begging nobody to go.
You don't remember.
I don't remember
You know
none
what
of
happened? That and Milton, he started getting serious about his job and shit. When he used to be a railroad dude, he used to call
He
off.
was good. So you gonna blame it on Milton.
And know the union had his back, so he ain't give a fuck. He'll take off anytime. We'll stay, nigga, a whole week. Now it's over, kid.
Well, hey.
Shit, it ain't over because I'm for the light it back up.
Yeah, let's get it. Let's get a song or something. I need to be out there every weekend, man.
Nah, I got a whole little
We gotta
plan,
connect
bro.
Dallas and Houston, man.
That's
Man,
bro,
that's
somehow,
it's crazy.
some way.
On God, bro. Like my
Not
whole,
just them, but San Antonio and Austin.
just Texas together.
all Texas.
But it's
niggas
gonna
come
stem from
together
Dallas and
back in
Houston.
the day.
Yeah,
When people see Dallas and Houston come together,
Yeah, they
it's gonna
gonna see
all
it.
come together.
Yeah, that's
bro.
why I want to do. Like in Dallas, do y'all all collaborate with each other a lot? Like the
I'm the
top
only,
artists?
so look, I feel like, especially in Dallas, like I'm the only nigga that'll put everybody on something or put niggas together. Like I'll connect them. You feel me? But it's hard for me to do that sometimes too because I'll be moving around.
Yeah.
But like my whole goal right now is really to connect the whole state. Like I'm working on a project right now, literally right now. Since I've been out in 2 weeks. I started working probably a week before in Dallas, but I came out in H, started working on it, really to connect everybody. Like put everybody on one project as far as like I don't give a fuck if it's New Dallas, the legendary Dallas with the legendary Houston and New Houston and all that together on one project. I feel like that's what it's gonna take for it to be the way it's supposed to be.
So who's the main people for us to look out for in Dallas?
In Dallas, you got Mo3, you got Yellow Beezy, you got Lil Trap Boy Freddy. You got Yo Yayo.
Go Yayo.
Yeah. You got then see, and then what's crazy, Dallas and Houston got 2 sides. So like on the music side, you got like the kind of like streets, club side, then you got like the I don't want to say hippie, but you know what I'm saying, it's a different type of side that's especially kind of popping now. So in Dallas you got that, and in Houston you got that.
Right.
Like out here in Houston, y'all got like the Maxo Creams and
Right.
yeah. So like, you know what I'm saying, Dallas like that too. So I feel like if there's some kind of way to merge everybody together, then you got the whole. My whole goal is to put Texas back on the mainstream. Fuck just being the. I'm talking about Texas #1 mainstream to the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Then that's when everybody win. But
Like just look at it, if you look at the time, like after Houston had their wave and then Dallas ended up having their wave, and then it's probably been like what 6-7 years or even more than that. We ain't had no Texas like super top artist besides like Travis Scott or somebody.
Travis Scott is winning though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, he not nobody that we just grew up listening to his mixtapes or whatever. And just,
he like
he just popped up out of nowhere.
It's like Post Malone and Travis. That's
yeah,
you know
they both the same way.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm talking about? But like even grabbing that,
Right, Post Malone from Dallas
he
too.
from
right?
Dallas. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? But it ain't a connection. You know what I'm talking about? Like Post Malone from Dallas. Well, he was really born in Syracuse, but he from Dallas. Like he went to school in one of the little suburbs in Dallas, basic. But it ain't no connection with Dallas and him, so people don't identify.
Like
him
nigga
from
can't
Dallas.
say, man, I've been jamming his mixtape for so long. Like they don't know no background.
See,
That's
like
the same
we
thing
got
with
that
Travis.
connection with the city, like so some kind of way. If all of it come together, then you got like this. I feel like that's how Texas can really just get to the mainstream, and I feel like that's to the world, and I feel like that's something that we can do. You know what I'm talking about? But I see all.
We're gonna make it happen with this Boss Life Worldwide mixtape. We got Slim and Lil Runny on the track together.
Let's get it out there, Sam.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's just all keep doing it. Everybody do their part.
But what I will say though, like the one thing that Texas got over like everywhere that I've been is like, especially y'all, nigga, it's just that identity shit, bro. The hardest thing for new artists to find now is identity. Like for instance, you know what I'm saying, they be the music come out and they be popping, but you know it's more trendy. You feel me? Like how many artists come out there where you can really just identify no matter where you hear them or where you see them. You it's just an identity. That's the best thing you can get out of the whole music industry, and that's one thing that most Texas artists get. Like when they do pop, like you just got an undeniable identity. Like Jay-Z got a identity for New York. You know what I'm saying? Like Slim. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just an identity. So once you really build that, it's like you there forever. Like, and that's the whole goal of this shit. So that's one thing that Texas got over most people. You know, you got that on the West Coast too, but like I don't know. A lot of stuff just switch up, and then you got, you know, I feel like Dallas and Houston coming together is just a whole different wave, man, because it never really happened.
And not just Dallas and Houston, but like the younger and the older. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It ain't necessarily got to be on the same song. They can be doing that if it's the same project. You know, if the older niggas got one together and then the youngers got one together.
Yeah.
Because Texas is the biggest state.
Right.
Nah, they fuck with Texas everywhere. That's one
Everywhere.
thing I don't give a fuck. We go to New York, go to fucking West Coast, the Midwest, or out the country.
Yeah.
That's really because, you know, that's when I've been spending time like out the country in different little places too.
Yeah, they love Texas.
Yeah, exactly. They
Country.
identify Texas more than like they the three places: the West Coast, New York, and Texas is what people everywhere all across the world identify when it comes to where we at. You feel me? So that to me, that said a whole lot.
That's like K Reno and the Southport Coalition. Like they stay going overseas and still doing shows.
Yeah.
It's that Texas music. So, what else we had on? What your boy Meek? Couldn't get a bun. What you was talking about?
Death of Fred Hampton.
Yeah.
Today is December 4th. Fred Hampton died today.
Yeah.
Jay-Z birthday. Fat Pat birthday. And
Pimp C.
Pimp C.
Man.
That's a legendary day.
What's one of your
Today,
memories of Pimp C, Dorrough?
You know what's crazy? Like Pimp C is the only person, Texas artist especially, but that I never got to meet. So like my whole little thing when I was at PV and coming up on the music shit, like it was all coming up and it was going this, and Pimp C passed like right, I'm talking about literally before my shit blew up. Cause like a little bit before I blew up, and at that time, and that shit started moving, that's when I met everybody. So like right before that happened is, so when he passed, that's like right when my shit was going up. So I never really got a chance to, you know, meet him in person. Now me as a fan, I mean, obviously growing up, you know, I was influenced by UGK. You feel me? So me as a fan is different. You know what I'm saying? So like I really never got that like personal situation or where I met and talked with Pimp C. I'm like, that's like the only person. So I never really got that. So R.I.P. though, man. He
who pretty much inspired you to like start rapping and shit?
Man, on some music shit, I think what inspired me just to music in general when I was little is like the whole Bone Thugs and Harmony, that little thing, and Tupac, all that. That's what got me into music. But what got me to rapping was a whole different thing. It's when they started hitting home. Like, you know, when UGK and them came out, you know, started doing their thing, following UGK, the Lil Flip movement, you know what I'm saying, the Swisher House movement, you know what I'm saying, all that. And then when it hit home, even to the DSR movement, that's what got me to rapping. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. I mean, all of it together is what got me to rapping because it hit home, and then that's what made me feel like it was even possible to do it, because before then, I was just a fan of music. But when you don't see nothing, or you ain't got no type of, especially when you little, you don't see nothing in person, you don't get inspired like how you would think. That's why you got all these different places in the country that's, you know, they some cool places, but you don't really see people coming out because they ain't got no type of guidance, they don't got no type of nothing.
No man.
Right.
Yeah. So when it started happening out here in Houston, and then, you know, which translated to some little stuff happening in Dallas, then that's when I started seeing it in person, and that just inspired me to start rapping. This was like high school.
Like watching rap a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do it because you seeing them doing it. You know?
Exactly.
A lot of people don't got that faith.
Yeah.
So where you done been in the music business, how you feel about the industry at the moment, or the industry in Texas? Where you think it need to go?
So the industry in Texas, I feel like everything we just talked about is the only thing that gotta happen. Cause once I say is, one thing about Texas is once it's on, it influences everybody. Like people fuck with how we fuck with each other when we do fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? And how the identities we build. So I just think that's the only thing that needs to happen. We just gotta connect. You got a lot of talent. There's a lot of people doing their own shit. Some of them, it's some people in Texas that's doing their own shit, and it's just on it's just in a whole nother world. But if it all come together, then that's when you got
even more big.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? So that's the only thing. Other than that, it ain't lacking nothing. You got the people, you got the, you know what I'm saying, the courts, you got different artists, you got producers, you got all type of shit out here.
Right here, home base.
Yeah, so it ain't really lacking nothing, but that is just the connection is the only thing Texas is lacking right now at this moment. And that's just something that can easily kind of be put together if it's done. So, that's the only thing I see.
Yep, we need to make that shit happen.
Now the industry as a whole, I feel like it's too trendy. You feel me? Just like it's the internet. It's all about, which is cool. I fuck with the internet, but at the same time, it's a gift and a curse. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's like, just say whatever's trending right now, the whole world on that. You know what I'm talking about? And people
like,
ain't getting their own identity.
I say it's like when I grew up, I didn't have the internet, so I was influenced by what was going on around here.
Yeah.
Now people are influenced by what's going on the internet, so they can be dick riding somebody way in fucking New York.
No place is slow.
Like them, doing everything like
the
them.
country is just as fast as the city
like
now.
them, everything, yes sir.
And that's the main thing I hate about it. It's cool. It's a good thing to see that, like, and that's another reason they want me to do the Texas shit, because when the Texas shit catch, it goes to the whole world like that. Right. You feel me? So that's my whole reason, really, for wanting to do it, because I seen that and I was like, these niggas from the internet these days. You ain't even from nowhere. You feel me? Like you ain't from a specific place. You just from the internet. If you come out in Milwaukee, you from the internet. Like you ain't, unless you bringing some type of culture to the game that don't nobody that you bring to, kind of like what happened in Texas.
Right.
Then you just from the internet, bro, and it's just like you following different sound, different trends, and I just think that's
like now.
Yeah.
You gotta have your own lane. You know what I'm saying?
See, what people don't realize, like, it's a bigger win at the end of the day when you got your own lane, own sound, own that. It's a quicker win when you follow the trend, but
it might not last.
It's not gonna last. Whoever created the trend gonna probably last. You feel me? It's like Future. Like, Future was the sound of that whole little thing. He gonna last, but everybody that's following that sound, you gonna die out when the trend die out. You know what I'm saying? Migos, like they gonna last for what they created, but everybody who coming out of that with that sound and that trend, when that trend died, they gonna die out. You feel me? So that's the thing. When you build your own, you gonna last, and so it's just
stay in your own lane. That's what I tell motherfuckers.
Yeah. So when you do that, you gonna last. And I mean, at the end of the day, shit, what you playing the game for and what you doing it for, if you ain't trying to last forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't look at it as a quick lick. You feel me? It's just about the overall. If you gonna do something, you might as well do it forever. Get paid forever. Like, I live in like Slim and everybody, like even myself, but niggas gonna get paid forever just because they built something that's its own. You feel me? You can't create. If you recreate it, people gonna realize where it come from, which is cool. But everybody gonna identify it with one thing or wherever the source.
With your name, where the source came from.
Shit, that's what it's about.
Real shit.
That's real.
So how you started at PV? Mixtapes and just rapping around college?
So when I went to PV, like, I had started in high school. I was doing like the whole little mixtape thing, trying to like, but as everybody knows, it's always hard in your hometown for some reason. So like, my shit didn't initially start off, except in like where I'm from, in the little hood and little city I'm from. Other than that, Dallas wasn't really just fucking with my shit as a whole. I was in high school though, you talking about 15, 16 years old, but I had like my whole little section and shit lit on my music, but it didn't spread. When I went to PV, I did the same thing, but it spread. Like, my whole thing, I just looked at PV like this a marketing thing. Like, I see nothing but people from
that's a great marketing tool, because people from everywhere.
Yeah, like, so I
take it back.
That was my whole thing. I saw it like that, and I mean, it kind of took me away from the whole school aspect of it because of just what was going on. So many parties, and I really was on the music shit. I was just like, nigga, I'm just gonna take the risk. Like, the school aspect is important, but nigga, I see the people, you feel me? And I see what's going on. So, I'm just grinding on my music shit. I was putting out mixtapes then. It was the mixtapes that really kind of caught. And, from there, then I just started making records, and it started spreading in Houston. And then Houston is really where, like, it all generated from. And then, for whatever reason, when Houston started getting on it, then I started getting the respect and love from Dallas. That's why on some music shit. I don't know why it's like that because everywhere I go, people say the same.
I hear everybody say that.
It's like they don't believe until somebody else believes outside of your city.
Yeah. People don't want to take that chance.
So college ain't that bad then. We complain about college, but college.
Nah, I mean, like I say, bro, like
networking.
It's a network. It's a
because I was already sold. I feel like all that shit is a hustle, bro. Like college, that shit is it can be bullshit because you got motherfuckers who go get top degrees, my nigga, and like can't get certain shit that they.
Good
you
job.
Know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I never was looking at it from that aspect anyway. I looked at it totally from a people aspect because I used to play ball and I had like a little scholarship to St. Mary's and San Antonio's a basketball school, but I had to look at it like, man, I ain't nobody really went pro from it, so it's like even if I go there and do my thing on the court, like what's the chance of me making it to the league? So I ended up going to Prairie View. My mama talked me going to Prairie View. She saw that they had like some little school program and shit, this and that. She was trying to get me in. I didn't look at none of that. I went down there to the orientation, saw all the bitches, saw all the people, and I was already on my music shit. I was like, fuck that, this is what I'm going for. But at the same time, like I still did what I needed to do to stay out there too. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
Cause I wanted to stay there. I didn't want to go back to the crib, and I just used that shit as just like, hey, nigga, there's people from Louisiana, Houston, Dallas, Oklahoma, some people from Wade on the other side, nigga. If I get this shit popping like how I had it back home, then everybody gonna be on my shit, and that's like what exactly happened at that time.
PV birthed a lot of rappers for a lot of niggas too, cause
Really, that whole wave,
it's a lot
of people
wave,
from everywhere,
When I got the
man.
PV, bro, they was like, nigga, they had Rogers like as a DJ guy. I was like, nigga, who the fuck to get the music to? And it was Merc, cause I had a DJ too, Merc and Rogers. And I remember one day I brought the song to Rogers, and Rogers didn't know me. I didn't know. Well, I knew of Rogers, but he didn't know me. So I brought the song to him, and like he had
what song was this?
It was it was a song called "Do the Muscle." It was on some Dallas dance shit at that time. That shit was popping, but it did pop at PV. It actually blew up at PV, like on some real. Like it made it to the fucking Dallas radio station on some local shit all the way from PV. But I remember they was just like, you gotta get to Rogers, he gonna break it. So I went and took it to Rogers, and Rogers like put me on the spot. He was like, hey, if y'all don't fuck with this shit, I ain't gonna never play this shit again. I ain't gonna never fuck with this artist again. Nigga, I never had met him. It was the first day I met him. He did that on the mic, and then he played it. The good thing was it was a party, and it was a Dallas. PV had Dallas and Houston. It was like a Dallas party, so when he played it, everybody like really fuck with it. And then Rogers was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck with you. And then he remembered my name from there. Then we built a relationship. But like Rogers was definitely he was definitely doing the DJ shit down there. You had me out there. You had the Party Boys came from there. That was Rogers as well.
Right.
The trap. What's the trap dude with the Get It Bitch song?
Yeah, well, they shit blew up. I'll say a lot of shit blew up at PV too.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you didn't go to PV, if it blew up at PV at that time, that shit was gone.
Yeah,
it was gone. But you had that. Then you had that Bone song.
Homegirl.
Yep. He was at PV. Yeah. Kirko came from PV.
Kirko.
Yeah, Kirko. Kirko came in PV when I was getting ready to leave PV almost. Well, like
wasn't Chose
my
through that
third
too?
year. Well, me and Chose fuck with each other a few times at PV. I remember one time he hit me up, and that's when I found out he had this little Brookside group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was fucking with them. They put me on the song and shit, and then that's how I met Chose, and he was doing his DJ shit then. But I don't know, bro. At that time, that was just like a golden era at PV. I ain't really seen nothing come out of PV now.
Yeah. That was around the time I was DJing like 5 nights a week.
A lot of history come about it.
Crazy.
That was a special time, bro. Like I can't even explain it. Like I just know when I was out there, I was like real, like heavy on just moving around, you know, get my music out, and I was coming to Houston a lot, so I was just grimy with it at that time.
So are you still with the major right now? Or you just independent?
So last year, 2.5 years ago, I became 100% independent. Cause now I know how to do this shit, man. Shout out to
So
E1.
you like independent better than major?
But nah, I was independent really the whole time. I was with E1/Koch, and Slim will tell you like that ain't really major. Like it's a big independent, and but it ain't like it ain't like Atlantic Warner. It ain't like those big ass labels. You know what I'm saying? And they did their thing, and I fuck with them. We ain't got no bad blood or nothing. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, that's like I was still independent really the whole time. Keep it real. That was just a big independent label.
You definitely ain't major if you over there. It's a lot of shit you get, a lot more shit you get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being on a major label.
Yeah, exactly.
You would prefer to stay independent or be with a label?
Stay independent, just make major moves. Cause now the way the game set up now is like you can just connect with people. One thing I learned about independent, like you can do deals with anybody, whether it's a company, whether it's a label, whether it's some social media shit. Nigga, what is boss life? You feel me? It give me like the way to be able to just do my own shit.
Your independency is everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I like being independent. You make more of your money, but you
Word
gotta
up.
put in more work.
Be more business savvy.
Be more business savvy, but at the same
Exactly,
time,
it's harder.
You learn as you go,
it's
though.
harder.
It's kind of like
better.
if you want to do all the work, if you're gonna put in the work, it's cool to be independent. If you don't want to go do the work, you want to just let somebody else do it, then get a deal. I mean, it'll be the best way to go.
Yeah. But it's a flip to all of it because when you do it that way, you gonna at some point you're gonna get to a point to where you realize like, damn, I kind of been getting fucked on the money side, you know what I'm saying, by doing it that way.
You don't realize.
But on the independent side, you do gotta work harder, and you gotta do more.
And it's harder because it's
harder.
kind of set up against the independent.
Exactly.
It's kind of set up for majors. You know, all these motherfuckers with these budgets.
In relationships.
You know what I'm saying?
and
In
shit.
relationships, that shit's set up for them. You know what I'm saying? It's not set up for independent people. But, you know, it's expensive for independent people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like that.
But if you make it independent, nigga, you win.
Yeah. See, but I don't even spend no money on nothing though. I just put my shit out there and put it on social media and do it like that, and that's how I always.
But see, that's what it come with when you build
You built your family. You built that. You built that.
Core fan base.
excuse me.
For a long time,
That's-
you keep doing that shit.
And that's why I tell people at the end of the day, that's really what it's about. Like you build that, you kind of numb to everything else that's going on because none of that don't matter.
Exactly.
Like Slim built his shit to where like I damn sure wouldn't be worried about no major.
Yeah, I
and
don't
then
care about none
it's
of
not
that
even
shit.
really independent because it's just once you build a brand, it's just that. You feel me? Like once you Beyonce, you just Beyonce. You know what I'm talking about? Like once you fucking Jay-Z, you just Jay-Z. But even you know what I'm talking about? Once you Slim, you just Slim. So you built your own brand. They shit is already built in. So that's the whole goal.
That's
to
the
the shit.
idea, yes.
But that's the hardest thing to do too. You feel me? But when you build it, you
Stay
Still-
consistent.
And then to keep that shit, it just ain't easy just to maintain that shit. You got to stay consistent. And then not only on that end of it, trying to get your shit, you know, like trying to get more, you know, or take it to next levels. A lot of motherfuckers don't even hear the shit that you do. That might be the best shit you ever did. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got the power to push it in these other areas or whatever. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
he definitely right about that, bro. Like
So that shit.
it is a lot of hard shit that come with being independent.
And you don't got the budget of a rap nigga who on a deal they'll give him $50,000 for a song or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got that type of budget to go to these big ass studios for months and sit in that hole and just figure out one song and you know what I'm saying, or pay for that expensive ass producer beat who we already got a hook on that bitch for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a hit. You just gotta say a few words. Bitch. All that shit. Or you don't have the A&Rs or the people from the label handing you hits just to rap on because they got every producer in the world signed. When you independent, you gotta go out there and find motherfuckers who never had a hit probably in their life and try to make one from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And that make it harder. It don't even to feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
At all. And then if you're a producer and you already own your own producer like Mike Will, he ain't gonna want to give Slim Thug his hit. He gonna want to give it to a motherfucker he can get the most, you know what I'm saying, shit out for. It's because it only makes sense.
It only
for
makes
him,
sense,
You know what I'm saying, too. Why would he give him? He gonna lose money fucking around if he give it to me.
Get Slim Thug, rake it up.
Exactly.
Man, just think if you had rake it up, though.
I'm just saying though, it's just
Shit,
like
that's the shit that's for the chain though, bro. That's like
nah, but you know, but that goes back to what you just said. Fuck all that, like you know what I'm saying. Like more than that, like a lot of niggas be saying that, man, do this, get these niggas on your song and I don't want that. I want to build my own shit. I want my own shit to win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want the people around here. I want to get a nigga from Houston and it be a hit.
Yeah.
That'll make me feel good.
Yeah.
Fuck out of other shit. Like,
I say
not
that all
dick
the
riding
time.
the wave of today
That's why I
and
fuck with Slim, right?
going through
That's how I
other shit
say
like
the
that.
shit,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? Fuck dick riding other niggas to get on top. Let's create our own shit and get on top. And then, you know, it be that. You know
Especially
what I'm saying?
if your first hit was made with a Houston artist, that's what got you on. Why switch up the formula?
Exactly. I just don't. I mean, like, I don't mind. I like working with other artists. Don't get it fucked up, like all over, whoever. But I don't want that to be the reason why I'm working with them because I'm roaching up on the hit because they the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I do songs with niggas like who I don't even make that the single a lot of times. I'll just do a real song with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to and do it in that aspect of I'm not trying to roach up on you or no shit like that. But I don't know.
Nah, that real shit. Like,
I just want my own shit. I just want.
That's what it boiled down
You know
to.
what I'm
today,
saying?
when you win doing your own shit, nigga, it's just way better.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Trust me, it's just way better. So you shouldn't really want to win unless it's like that anyway.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah.
that's a clear understanding.
So your first hit was what? Ice Cream Paint Job. That
that was the first
biggest
mainstream. Like, yeah, that was. Before that, it was the Walk That Walk in the Holly Berry record that ended up getting sold to Hurricane Chris. But the Walk That, you know, so I look at it different. Like, that was Ice Cream Paint Job was the record that connected me with everybody in the world. Kind of like
They love that in the Bay.
It actually blew up in the Bay. It was a MySpace type story, but
I remember being out there.
Yeah, they took it from MySpace and blew it up in the Bay, and then it went from there. So at that time, they even thought I was a West Coast artist because that was the only place it was getting played at.
Right.
Then that
You know
beat, it was completely different from a lot of the shit that was coming out of Texas.
Which is why I didn't think that record would be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always like the up-tempo shit, and I always like the different shit. Well, I like the slow, but because it was like that, and especially that time, everything was way slower. Even the club records was way slower. So when I did it, it was just on a mixtape I was working on. I ended up putting it on MySpace, but in my mind, I was just like,
I was just
like, yeah. That's at that time.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
what
time,
was
at that time, I was
popping.
looking at it like Texas and the people who listen to my music, they ain't gonna fuck with this record because it don't sound like anything that I done ever created or that they listen to. So that was just something I was kind of doing for my own personal thing. But you know what I'm saying? They end up calling on it. Then that's why I blew up on the West Coast. But that's a whole different, like, that's the only type of record that I created that I just didn't ever think that it'll be that big. I liked it personally, but I didn't think the rest of the world would like that record.
Car culture.
Yeah.
Hit the car culture.
But I knew the car culture, you know what I'm saying? I knew that was us. So I think that's really what kind of made the niche too. Like, I wasn't thinking of it at that time.
Right.
But when I think about it now, it was like the car culture that we do fuck with connected that song with Texas.
Yeah.
Because the sound and the style of it, especially the sound of and the tempo, that wasn't what's going on right at that time. And even now, it still ain't like that. It's still just on some different shit, but
That's
record
what
was
life
special.
is about, though, sometimes. Outside the box is
Yeah.
what wins.
Ones you don't think
Like
that's
me
gonna
as an
hit,
artist,
you
like
hit
I
this.
would create anything. Like when you get inspired by the music, you just get inspired.
Right.
But then what you kind of like, just say what you think, or what you push, or what you connect everybody with. That's different. You feel me? Because I'm two ways. Like when I go out and see shit, like I see what people fucking with, and at the same time, I gotta make something that I fuck with, and then that the people fuck with too. Otherwise, it don't make sense. Like I ain't gonna go make nothing for the people just cause they fuck with it, but I don't fuck with it. I try and find what the people fuck with and like that I also like, and then I create that. So it's just like he said, I ain't gonna just because a sound is hot right now or something is hot. That ain't gonna be my only reason for doing it. Like I ain't gonna get nothing out of that. Like you gonna do it, but then you gonna feel like, all right, this ain't even me, or this ain't even what I really fuck with it. You gonna feel like you just sold out on some shit. I'm like, okay, if I see some shit out there that I also fuck with, then I fuck with it. You know what I'm talking about?
Today's day, it don't matter. Motherfuckers bootleg niggas and look them straight in the eye.
Yeah.
Man, bro.
Niggas ain't got no more on nowadays.
They don't got no fucks.
Say, you right though. I can't make no shit that's hot that I know it come from something else, and then look that person in the eye. Unless it's just like, if this is just my homie, maybe.
Yeah.
But even, I can't, just like he said, I couldn't do what niggas do when they go, like they know, nigga, you created your whole shit from some other shit, which is cool. But then niggas will go in front of each other's face and act like that ain't the case and be on some whole different shit. And I couldn't be that. I couldn't be that person and live with myself, bro. I just gotta do my shit like more authentic than that. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I do like the diverse, and I do like different sounds, and I do like different shit that come on, and you know, if I fuck with it, I fuck with it. But I can't just do nothing just because that's just what it is right now. It's popping right now. That's what everybody want to hear. That's the sound that's out right now. That ain't gonna be my specific and only reason for fucking with anything. I'm gonna do it because it's some shit that I fuck with, and then you know what? Fuck that. I want to put some of my own shit on it, or I'm making some Texas shit, or combine it. Like I'm really passionate about making the Texas shit pop like a certain type of way. That's just what, cause I know what it is. I know it's really like some of the most authentic shit out there. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so that's been my whole passion on the artist and on the music side. That been my whole passion, just like making the Texas shit pop.
There's a lot of talent out here, man. There's a lot of motherfuckers going.
That's a great passion.
But see, I want the talent to come out, that the new talent that even come out that ain't came out yet, to come out on some Texas shit with a new twist. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like, I want that to be more than like, cause you got a lot of talent out here. You got a lot of artists that is popping, but even some of they shit, and I fuck with them. I listen to this shit, but I can't identify where we from. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
sound
talking about?
like Texas artists.
Exactly, and you don't gotta. And the Texas artists don't gotta sound like something that done came out, bro. Like, or something that we familiar with. But everybody know when you hear some Texas shit in a person, like. It don't matter where they from. If a nigga came out from Austin right now, from San Antonio, and he was authentic to those cities, like, we'll recognize it as being authentic if whatever that is, even if we ain't heard it. So like my whole thing, or the shit that we build on that, and the shit they build on that, and put a little twist on it, and then that's, you know what I'm talking about. That's authentic as well, cause you.
Because listen to the rest of the world, they doing the same thing. They taking this music and putting a twist to it.
What made me think about it was when I was on the West Coast, I was living in LA, and like I saw them when that whole little mustard wave popped off. I was right there. Matter of fact, I even had some records that popped off in that wave. You know what I'm saying? But what they did was they just built on their West Coast sound and kind of put a little, changed it a little bit, but it was their West Coast sound. So West Coast had a little run for a minute again from the old, from the way back then, but they built off their same shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if anybody can do that, it's Texas. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
I get that though. That makes sense.
Big state.
Yeah, so that been my whole look. On the music side, that been one of my passions with it, bro. Making that happen.
Let's make it happen. We're gonna do our part.
So what you got new coming up? Let people know what you got.
I got a record in Dallas that's popping right now in the clubs, a little bit on the radio. It's called Nonfiction, but it's on some like club female shit, kind of like Walk That Walk, that type of cadence. You know what I'm talking about? Which is cool because my fan base really did kind of start with the females as far as on some club shit. Right. Yeah, so like I really thought, and that started in Houston, which is why I really thought about it. I was like, man, I need to come back and fuck with the H, bro, because I gotta, sometimes when you move around and travel a lot and just get to doing different stuff, sometimes it's not that you forget, but you really kind of like don't realize how important that is. You know what I'm talking about? To really go back to the roots. So even just coming out here and working that record, it really made me see like, okay, I see what's going on. I know what I'm gonna do to put it together, bro. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I got like 2 projects. I got one project that I'm calling The Jump, that it's just more on some like right now clubbish street shit, real clubbish. And then I got like the Texafornia project I've been working on, which is I've been working on that for a minute. It's the shit that I got kind of influenced while I was on the West Coast, mixing it with what we got going in Texas. But when I came to Houston a week ago, I really got inspired to work on an old project that I was kind of thinking about maybe a couple of years ago, and just doing nothing but Texas project. You feel me? Like, to where it's a big project, everybody on it, Houston, Dallas, new artists that's established. You know what I'm saying? All the legends at the same time on one project, but the shit is really legit though. It ain't just nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so that's my goal right now. I already kind of started working on it. You know what I'm saying? I even got some shit that nigga, I want to, you know what I'm saying, get Slim on and just some different people. But at the same time, I feel like that's the only thing that really got to happen to start that spark. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because like everything here, everything else is here. Everything is in Texas. Everything that's needed to be like, it's already here, bro. So I had to like really sit back and look at it like, damn, it ain't gonna really take much. It's gonna just take the right people to do it at the right time, and I just feel like that's what it is right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So I'm just working, bro.
We appreciate you stepping in to the connect with us.
Yes, sir.
Shit, man, I should have been the came through it, bro. I apologize for that.
Oh, so we out of there. So we about to, okay, well, yeah, man. So we definitely got to go to Dallas and fuck with Dorrough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we gonna get started on this project, man. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep we're gonna try to get this Texas shit connected. You know, we got the Boss Life Worldwide. We're just gonna try to put an extra foot, you know what I'm saying, in the right direction of making the whole state come together. You know what I'm talking about?
Put this project out with y'all, bro.
Let's get it. Come on with it.
And there it is.
And there it is. And we out here. That's some good weed.
I had to tell the past week. I got to give it outro.
I gotta go get a bar downstairs.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming out.
You tuned in to the Connect.